Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about planning and productivity. So I'm going to share some of the tips that I use to help maximize my productivity by using my planner. Before we get into my personal thoughts and tips, I wanted to share a class that I think you guys would really enjoy on Skillshare. It's called Productivity for Creatives, Building a System that Brings Out Your Best. This class is taught by Thomas Frank, who is a YouTuber, author, entrepreneur, and productivity expert. There's 11 video lessons, including 3 bonus conversations, which are really interesting to listen to. Once you've completed that class, there are so many other topics to explore on Skillshare, like freelance and entrepreneurship, marketing, graphic design, photography, and so much more. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of inspiring classes. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes. It's less than $10 a month with the annual subscription, and the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in the description box will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. So thank you Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into my personal thoughts and tips on productivity. I think most of us have a pretty good understanding of productivity in general, but I think we all have a slightly different interpretation of how that translates into your daily life. So I'm going to share some tips that I use to maximize my productivity through planning, how I reach some of my goals, how I think about productivity, and a few things that you guys can try on a daily basis to be more productive and more efficient throughout your day. The first start in planning out a productive day is to identify your goals and objectives. So think about goals that you want to accomplish in your professional life, your personal life, health-related goals, and so on. So in each of these categories, think about your long-term plans and your short-term plans and set goals for each of them depending on the time frame. A few questions you might want to ask yourself are, where do I want to be in 1 year? Where do I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, and so on? And what do I need to do on a daily basis to reach this goal? Planning out goals in general is a great way to establish some endpoints. Once you have an endpoint, you can make a plan to get there, which brings me to our second point, which is to make a plan. In your monthly section, you can list monthly objectives, deadlines, commitments, or any long-term goals that you want to work on. Then in your weekly section, you can start planning out more targeted goals like deadlines, priorities, and some actionable steps that'll help you get closer to your end goal. Then when you move down to your daily goals, those are going to be much more targeted and focused. So think about things that absolutely have to get done for the day, like deadlines or commitments that you might have, and then list out a few extra tasks that align with your goals. To be more efficient, use an hourly schedule and make a realistic plan. Think about how long each of the tasks are going to take you, whether a 30-minute block or an hour block is going to be enough time to complete that task. You want to set yourself up for success. So think about a plan that's both ambitious and doable. Tip number 3 is to prioritize. Remove all distractions and isolate your time. So for example, if you have a huge email inbox that you have to get through, isolate 30 minutes to just focus on emails and nothing else. Remove all distractions and make that a priority for that chunk of time. To help you set up this habit, you can start a timer, and once the timer runs out, stop and move to the next task. This will help keep you in that forward momentum and keep your day flowing and on track. Tip number 4 is to review your day and follow up with your plan. And I've touched on this topic in a few different videos. Making the plan is really important, but it's also important to follow up and make sure that you're actually executing your goals. So at the very end of your day, go through your task list and see what you completed and what still needs to get done. Check off everything that's already been completed and reschedule anything that wasn't accomplished that day. While you're reviewing for the day, you can also use this time to reflect and do a journal entry or add some notes to your planner on your progress. Here are a couple questions that you can ask yourself to gauge whether or not you had a productive day. Did I accomplish everything on my task list? Did I make good use of my time today? Are all of my deadlines met? And what adjustments can I make to improve the use of my time tomorrow? After you've reviewed and reflected, make sure that you make adjustments to your plan. The weekend is a great time to sit down and reflect and create a new plan for the following week. The final tip that I have for you that helps me to be more productive is to know when to stop. Sometimes I can go all night continuing to work on things, and it just makes me even more tired for the next day. So have a specific time to end your day and to switch to a different task. And just because I'm not working doesn't mean I'm not still being productive with the rest of my day. So for example, since I work from home, at the end of the day, I like to shut off my computer, leave the room, and then switch to a different style of task or a different goal. So maybe I'll water my plants, go for a run, do an exercise, cook myself a healthy meal, or just do anything that's not work related, but still aligns with some of the other goals that I have. And I usually call this my downtime productivity because I'm not necessarily working, I'm not on the clock, but I'm still being productive and effective and getting closer to some of my other goals, which are just as important as your career, professional, or academic goals. My biggest takeaway in this video is to rethink the word productivity and define it in your own words. It doesn't just have to be about completing your daily task list or your deadlines. Any action working towards any goal and making progress is productive. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and leave a comment if you have any additional productivity tips that you'd like to share with everybody. I would love to see some of your guys' tips on being more productive, both in your personal life and your professional life. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!